Hello, my name is Chris Beyer. I work with Search Institute as a trainer, and very frequently I train individuals in school communities across the country. When we introduce the Developmental Asset Framework, some folks immediately begin to picture the Developmental Asset Framework as one more thing that's being added to their already full plate. Let's imagine that this paper plate is that plate that they're referring to. And certainly, we have lots of programs and services that we provide for young people that we could call helpings on our plates. We have counseling service for young people. We have prevention programs. There may be a tutoring program in your school community. There are also transition programs, perhaps intervention programs to help those students who are struggling. Peer-to-peer programs. You can see what would happen to this paper plate as it becomes more full and heavy laden with helpings of things that we already provide for students. Sometimes this paper plate becomes flimsy, even soggy, unwieldy, and frankly doesn't support those services and programs as effectively as we would like to have that happen. The Developmental Asset Framework, or the assets themselves, are really a way of taking a look at substituting that paper plate for a fine china plate that will support the existing programs in a firm, substantial way. Notice I said the existing programs are supported here. It becomes extremely important as we take a look at the asset framework to understand that when we add to the existing programs the main elements of asset building, which are relationships and caring environments, that we can truly shore up what we hope to be the positive outcomes for our students. Once we have embraced the Developmental Asset Framework, we can simply take a look at, well, let's start to recognize that we're already doing a lot of this asset building work. The next piece would be to take a look at naming the actual developmental assets that are being fostered by a program. You may have a peer tutoring program, which certainly speaks to using youth as resources in your school community. Lastly, you want to celebrate those folks and those programs that are doing this work already. So recognizing, naming, and celebrating what already exists. People may make a choice then when they see the capacity for this asset framework to breathe life into everyone's work with young people. They may decide to move forward with actually strengthening the programs that they already do. They may decide, for example, in a counseling program, to make a commitment to meeting with each counselee sometime one-on-one before the end of the first semester. They may make a commitment with their already existing intervention program to be a strength-based intervention program. Bring strengths to the table that a young person has, rather than just their challenges. And lastly, asset building grows in school communities when people think of ways to expand the work. Expanding can be as simple as, are we reaching each and every student? Each student has that opportunity. Are we engaging all of the adults, not only within our school, but are we engaging adults in the community? Recognizing, naming, celebrating, strengthening your programs, expanding your programs. That's how the plate of asset building helps. So when folks do ask you, isn't this just something else that's being added to our already full plates? You may say with great confidence, asset building is the plate.